Hi, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing a very interesting product, and that product is, let me make sure I'm clear for y'all, and in a chamber, a magazine, clear, safe direction. This is an empty magazine. Alrighty, so let's talk about the topic of the day, which is this trigger. What is this trigger? This trigger is the Glock performance trigger. Now, I've seen mixed reviews about this trigger, and I'm just here to tell my opinion on it. You could take it with a grain of salt, do what you will with the information. And this isn't an in-depth review because I haven't shot it yet. This is just purely off of how it feels and just kind of unboxing and first impressions on it. Specifically this trigger, so it seems to me that there's different variants of this trigger, excuse me, that Glock has sent out because people are getting different, have gotten different, I guess like SKU models, model numbers, and with different poundages and stuff. So the specific one I got was, I don't know if the specific one I got is the one that comes with the 4.5 connector. But as you can see, you can get one that comes with the 4.1, 5.1, and then 7.2. So I chose a 4.5 just because I feel like 4.5 pounds is like right in that sweet spot where it's light enough to where you can see an increase in performance, but also not too light to where it's it becomes kind of like a maybe not so good thing. You know, you don't want to have too light of a trigger to where you pull the trigger when you're not intending to pull the trigger. You know, I still want to feel a wall and feel a crisp break whenever I'm in any trigger that I'm shooting. So, all right, and I'm in front of the camera today, guys. So I thought I'd just give y'all something a little different. I'm not gonna, obviously got my mask on, so I'm not gonna show my face. As usual, y'all know I don't show my face as of now. Whether that will change in the future, I don't know. As of now, I'm not showing my face. So let's talk about it. Right off the bat, I was pretty impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the action. It is, and unfortunately, I don't have a trigger gauge for you guys to show you the exact poundage, but you know, at least I can show y'all the action. So that's boom, that's crisp break. And then reset is really good. It pushes your finger out really well. See that? It just pushes your finger straight up. Here, I'm gonna take this mag out. Mess me up. So that's your take up right there. Really smooth take up, not gritty at all. It's just smooth, straight wall right there. See how firm? And I'm giving it quite some pressure, so it does have a real firm wall. And then just a glass break. Reset, at the reset, it just pushes your finger out. And it's just such a, and I'll show you, so I'm gonna break it, and then I'm gonna show you how fast I can, and I haven't really gotten that much work, but I'm gonna just, right now it's in the, as if I just shot, and then I'm gonna let it reset and then pull the trigger again. See how, brother, and the gun didn't move at all. It doesn't move at all. I'm gonna show you again. So, and I'm gonna show y'all up close so y'all can see that the gun just doesn't move. Dude, I mean, that's a good trigger. So I'm pretty impressed with it. I like the OG-ness of it. I like the fact that it still looks like a Glock trigger and not like a fancy trigger with the cuts and the modern, all that modern stuff. I mean, it's just simple design, flat face trigger, feels good. Yeah, they got rid of the that little hinge, the hinge that sticks out and kind of like pokes your finger. So whenever you push the trigger, it goes that trigger hinge goes flush with the trigger shoe. So that's everything feels really good about it. The action feels good. Let me show you one more time. I'm gonna show you even closer so y'all can see how fast I can pull it and the gun not even move. Yeah, see. I mean, come on now. That's really good. So I guess for those of y'all who don't know how this trigger works, it's a different system. It's not the same system that Glock originally has in their gun. So what they did, and I'm gonna break this down off of camera. Let me show you. So what they did was they essentially took Timony's design for the Timony trigger, and they essentially replicated that, because what this is just a pre-cocked striker. Well, the striker's not here, but how this system works is, instead of whenever you pull your trigger, as you're pulling, sorry, there's my cat. As you're pulling it, you're cocking the striker back and then dropping it all in one kind of action, all in one, trigger pull. Versus here, the difference is that whenever you pull your trigger, you eliminate the pulling back of the trigger, of the striker, because the striker is already pre-cocked. It's already pre-cocked, so all you're doing is just breaking the wall whenever you pull the trigger, versus cocking the striker, and then at some point you hit another wall that actually drops the striker. So you're kind of eliminating an action essentially. So that's pretty cool. I think that, I think they did a good job, man, because they essentially took a design that we already know worked, and they just kind of stamped their name on it and created a reliable version of it. And I've seen people that have videos saying they were having reliability issues, and so far I haven't had any action issues with this trigger. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's due to people getting the lightest trigger connector they can get to get the 3.5 pounds. And usually you're always gonna have issues with those, because I used to I've bought one of those before where it's like that 3.5 pound connector, and every once in a while you'll have a failure to reset, so the trigger won't reset. So that's why I went kind of in the middle. I wanted it to be at 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, because once you get to that 4.5 pound range, you're not gonna have that those reset issues. So I personally think that, this is a good trigger, and especially I got this for $60. $60 to just completely transform your firearm. This is what everybody's been asking for, essentially, from Glock. So now you have the ability to be up there with the Canic, with the Walthers, with the HKs, when it comes to the trigger. So they did a good job, man. Hopefully I am gonna have like a range day, so that we can actually shoot this thing and see how it works and test it. I'm waiting on a OWB holster for my battle belt. That way, I could get to training and testing stuff and shooting and all that. So that is some exciting stuff. So yeah, let's see. What else can we talk about this, man? The install is pretty simple. It's literally exactly the same as It's exactly the same as, you know, installing your regular trigger. Unfortunately, I can't show y'all that on this channel because, man, YouTube is just sensitive, and they'll, if I show stuff where I'm like taking stuff apart or, taking stuff apart, putting it together, they'll give you a strike, but I mean, one day I hope to be monetized, and I just don't want to do anything on this channel that will get me to not be on monetized. So, and I think that's one of those things that if you do that on your channel, you won't get any monetization on your channel. So, yeah, there's just something to think about. But man, this build has really come together. It's really come together. I'm liking it a lot. I have no complaints about it. We'll see once we get to the range about this extended slide release. I may have to get the CAGWorks, I guess the lifted slide release that comes up here. But we'll see. If I don't have any issues with it, I'm not gonna change it. But you know, if I have issues where my slide's not locking back, because I usually do have a pretty high grip. So yeah, and then I'm rocking my IWB holster right now. So yeah, I mean, it's a full-size gun. Does it print? Yeah, it prints a little bit. Do I care? No, not really, because I really don't care at this point about printing. And for you new gun guys, at first, yeah, you're gonna feel really uncomfortable with printing. You're gonna feel very paranoid, very anxious. But after, you kind of realize after a while that, and to a certain extent, I'm gonna say, because you know, you can kind of see it, but you can't definitely see a gun. You just see the edge right here. That's all you see, and it's like nobody can really definitively tell if that's a gun or not. And to be honest, in this day and age, nobody really cares, and nobody's really paying attention like that. And I mean, I don't know. That's such a weird topic of printing or not printing. But I mean, as long as your freaking gun is secured, I mean, nobody should be able to get to you in this space. Like, if you let somebody get to you in this space, you have issues. You have different issues of like not being aware and just having really poor just awareness, essentially. So yeah, man, that I feel like that's an issue outside your gun. So, but I mean, to each their own. I personally don't care about printing anymore. I do print a little bit now. If if it looked like that and you can obviously tell it's a gun, then yeah, I would do something about it. But usually I wear pretty loose clothes to where, I mean, you might see a little corner, but even then, I feel like it still conceals pretty good. Very comfortable. So yeah, this build has come together pretty good. Next video is gonna be a magwell. I ordered a Glock magwell. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see how it goes. I'll make a video on it just so you guys can see it. But yeah, as far as the performance trigger, let me show you again now. So it's let's see. So yeah, so right there, that's your take up, very smooth take up. You hit just a solid definitive wall and then break, and then you got your reset. Reset, it pushes your finger out very well. You see that, how it doesn't give you any play. It just boom, one pop, and that reset's ready. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this build. I don't really have any complaints about it. So yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I try my best to get on the range as soon as I can, man. I know I've been lacking on getting on the range, but I'm starting to feel like it's time. It's time to get out there. It's time to put the work in. So yeah, guys. Let's see. I don't have anything else for you guys. So man, I appreciate y'all watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.